Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Wolf, for being here today. I note there are about 3,400 chemical facilities in the United States. 350 are in California. 3 are in San Diego. And of the 3,400, 3,321 are high risk. And so I think that there's a general consensus that this is a program that needs to be re-upped. I think that that's pretty clear. So that's a big step. Are you familiar with the particular bill that came out of Homeland Security? Are you familiar with that draft?
I am a little bit familiar with it, yeah.
Does the administration or do you personally have issues with that bill that you'd like to see changed, or are you okay with it, do you think?
So I think I think what we are concerned most about is that we achieve a long-term authorization for the program, as you noted, and that bill would afford us a 5-year period of authorization. I'm happy to discuss individual proposals in the bill here today, but from our perspective, getting to that long-term authorization is the absolute highest priority.
Yeah, and so 5 years is a good number of years, you think? Or
I feel like maybe a 0 is missing.
Okay. Okay, 0.5.
5 is a good start.
Okay, thank you.
Start.
I get it. Okay. So, well, that's helpful, actually. Let me just ask you a specific question. On the next panel, one of the people who will be appearing is Mr. John Paul Smith on the United Steelworkers. I want to read you a quote, see if you have an issue with this. Reauthorization should include a requirement for CFATS facilities to generate, document, and effectively transmit actionable chemical and process information to, including employees and their union representatives at self-responding facilities. DHS should also be required to generate, distribute, and make publicly available the practices facilities have used to tier out or tier down in the program. This information sharing is critical to ensure that risks are not just being shifted, and so that other facilities can use those lessons across the industry to reduce risks and hazards. Do you have an opinion or anything you want to say about that? Is that something you agree with, disagree with, or is not important to the administration?
Yeah, I think broadly speaking, with respect to information sharing, this is a security-focused program, so we need to continue to strike the correct balance between ensuring that we're able to share information with those who have a need to know that information, so law enforcement, first responders, emergency planners who are charged with protecting our communities, and ensuring that we don't provide a roadmap, that we don't distribute information so widely that it does become available to those who would seek to do us harm. That list of folks with whom information should be shared also includes employees with a security background who can contribute to the development of a facility site security plan. With respect to the sharing of best practices across the universe of chemical facilities, I think that is a good thing. It's certainly something we can talk some more about and work toward. But best practices that have been put in place by companies under CFATS to improve security, we absolutely want to share those to the greatest extent possible with other chemical facilities.
Great. And as far as today, you don't have a particular objections or suggestions for this draft bill to accommodate those concerns, or do you?
Well, I think we're in a good place actually already, as is with the program with respect to being able to continue with that appropriate balance between sharing of information and protecting sensitive information from the prying eyes of our adversaries, and already certainly have authority to share information across the community of chemical facilities.
Great. Anything else you'd like to tell us about this draft before we hear from the next panel?
50 years would be
50 years,
awesome.
okay. Awesome. Okay, thank you very much. I yield back.